My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 74. Before we dive into what we actually want to do, the two lines that we're going to write today, before we get into it, we have to learn a couple of vocabulary words. Let's take care of the first one here. The first vocabulary words look something like this. We have a j, which is a jim in Urdu. This is called jim. Then we have a la, that's a lam. And then we have a wa with the a ki matra. Wow and alif. As we already know, we have done it many times. When jeen is about to join something, it does not take this form, it takes this form. It takes when it's about to join something, to which we're going to join the lam, to which we're going to join the wow, and then we have alif. And that reads jalwa. Except the problem is that written in Urdu, the Hindi spelling is correct, it's fine. But as you can clearly see, even though it ends with the aki matra, there are many occasions where, when written in Urdu, even though it ends in aki matra, when written in Hindu, when written in Urdu, it has to end with a ha, hey. This hey right here, choti hai. The correct spelling calls for a hey. This is what it looks like. And that reads jalwa. Jalwa. So now we know how to write the word. The question is, what does it mean? What is the jalwa? The jalwa is something, it's a splendid sight. Jalwa is something that is a splendid sight. Something that you like to look at, something that pleases your eyes, something that gives you pleasure when you look at it, something that is enjoyable when you look at it. Anything of that nature is called jalwa. As I said, splendid sight. It can also be something. It can also be something that you desire, something that you want, something that you yearn, something that you long for, something that you crave. If it is something that you crave, something that you want, something that you desire very badly, something that you yearn for, crave for, long for, that something is called a jalwa in Urdu. Do you understand? Let's look at the next word. Let's learn the second word before we get into the line. And before we get into the next word, for those of you who are familiar with Nusrat, one of his qawwalis, in one of his qawwalis, he talks about Umar jalwon mein basar ho, ye zaruri to nahi. Har shabe gam ki seher ho, ye zaruri to nahi. Umar jalwon mein basar ho means it's not guaranteed that all your life you'll be surrounded by the things that you want, that you desire, things that give you pleasure. It is not guaranteed that you'll always have a very nice life. Umar jalwon mein basar ho, ye zaruri to nahi. Har shabe gam ki, this line I'm going to write it here. Har shabe gam. Shab means night. Shabe gam means the night of sorrow. Har shabe gam ki seher ho, ye zaruri to nahi. Har shabe gam. Shab means night. Gam means sorrow, unhappiness. There are occasions where things go very badly and you end up finding yourself crying and you go to sleep crying. You're very sad. You're very distraught and you go to bed crying. What he's saying here is that just because when you wake up and it's morning the next day, when you wake up, seher means morning. Har shabe gam ki seher ho, ye zaruri to nahi. Just because you wake up in the morning does not mean that, well, now it's morning, it's okay, I was crying last night, but now it's morning, everything is fine. Nahi. Har shabe gam ki seher nahi hoti zaruri. There are some gums, there are some sorrows, there are some sadness, there are some regrets in life that go on for a long time. Just because you wake up, that does not mean that's the end of it. Har shabe gam ki seher ho, ye zaruri to nahi. Seher means morning. It's spelled with a swad. Swad, he, and re. Seher. Swad, he, and re. Anyway, we're digressing big time. We're not here for that. One day we'll do that. I've been meaning to some of Nusrat's Qawwalis. One day we'll get to it, but we're not there yet. So that was the first word, jalwa. Let's look at the next word. The next word is equally difficult. These are not common words. These are not the kind of words that you hear in a daily speech, in our day-to-day conversation, just such as jalwa. Here's the next one. The word is O, which will write in Urdu as alif and a waw, O. Then we have a j. How does one write j? Just give me 1 second, it will come to me here. I'm trying to figure out how to write j. Ojal. There it is, I found it. J. That's a j, which in Urdu would be j plus do chashmi here, right here. And that becomes a j. We don't have, there is a letter obviously in Hindu which represents the sound of j. We don't have that in Urdu. All we have is a j. We have a j, jim, but no j. So we do the same thing what you would do in English. You put a j and an h together, j. And written together it looks like this, j. So O, j, and then a l. Ojal. What does ojal mean? Ojal means something that is concealed, something that is hidden, something that is concealed, something that is hidden, something that is out of sight. Out of sight are not three words, that's one word, hyphenated twice. Out of sight, something that is out of sight, something that is difficult to see, something that is concealed, something that is hidden. That something is called ojal. Let's begin. Either it is hidden, out of sight, or concealed. Concealed as in because it is a secret. Nobody knows about it. That's why it's concealed. It's hidden. Hidden from public's view, public's knowledge, general public's knowledge. Let's begin. Wo would be waw, and hey, wo. A little while ago we used hey to represent a ki matra, but here it is being used to o ki matra. That happens sometimes. That reads wo. And the reason we do that is because, as you know, in Urdu, for example, if you want to write bo, you will take a be and join it with waw, and it becomes a bo. A po would be pe and a waw. The question is, what do we do with wo? We do not write wow and a wow. That looks silly. That looks bloody awful. So because of that situation, this is an exception where instead of putting a wow to produce oki sound, oki matra, when we are dealing with the wow itself, when we are dealing with the word itself, wo is made with a h. Wo. That reads wo, right there. Wo. Jalwa, we just learned it, so I will no need to discuss it. Jalwa. J, L, Wa. Wo, Jalwa, Jo, Wo, Jalwa, Jo. ओजल भी है, ओजल. Ojal. We just learned it. Ojal. B. That's a B and a choti B. Jalwa jo ojal bhi. Hey, I should have done hey together, but anyway. it would have been better if we put the he together. Not ho, we need a he. We need a ki matra. He. So that's a ho and a badi he. But we don't need a he, we don't need a badi he. We don't need a badi ki matra. So we don't need just ki matra. We need a badi ki matra. And if you need a badi ki matra in Urdu, you put a zabar on top of he. And here you need to put second one. Let me rewrite it so it looks better. So that's a he, ho, and वो जलवा जो ओजल भी है सामने सा mo ne sa mo ne. Let me rewrite it. That looks ugly. Samne bhi. That should not join like this. This shouldn't have joined like that. Just like here. वो जलवा जो ओजल भी है, ओजल भी, वो जलवा ओजल भी है सामने भी. So there should be comma here. वो जलवा जो ओजल भी है सामने भी. What she's trying to say is that this person, this young man that I desire, that I want, whose mere presence in front of me gives my eyes pleasure, gives me pleasure. I love looking at him. Therefore, she refers to him as a jalwa. वो जलवा जो ओजल भी, he's concealed, he's hidden. Concealed and hidden from whom? Concealed and hidden from the public, because she has not told anybody that she is in love with him, that she has a crush on him. And how do we know that? We know that from the very first line. Very first line she said, Ye raaz hai. How does it go? It's a secret. Raaz ki baat hai. Mehfil mein kahen ya na kahen. Mehfil mein kahen ya na kahen. That's the very first line. Raaz ki baat hai. It's a secret. Do I tell anybody or not? Do I tell anybody at the party, at the gathering? Raaz ki baat hai. Mehfil mein kahen ya na kahen. बस गया है कोई इस दिल में कहे या ना कहे. Someone has taken up residence in my heart. Someone has taken up residence in my heart. Do I tell anybody or not? It's a secret. So therefore, because it's a secret, she has not told anyone about it, even though he's sitting right in front of her, even though it's right in front of her eyes. She cannot share that information with anybody. Hence, वो जलवा जो ओजल भी है, वो जलवा जो ओजल भी, the secret भी है सामने भी. He's a secret, he's concealed, and yet he's sitting in front of me. Yet I can see it in plain sight. It's sitting right in front of me. वो जलवा जो ओजल भी, वो जलवा जो ओजल भी. I have to remember to stop right here. There should be a pause here. वो जलवा जो ओजल भी है सामने भी. Let's do the next line. He's right there in front of me, and yet I cannot tell anybody at all that he's there, that my love, my desire, my longing, my jalwa, my crush is right there, because I have not told anyone. He is a secret, therefore he's concealed. Ojal, he's concealed, he's hidden. Wo, another wo, again jalwa. Jo, lo, wa. Somebody told me that when you're writing wa, as they put it, as the person put it, the person who was explaining to me, as that person put it, he told me that this danda, as he called it, danda, this stick has to come down. And so I had to remember to put this danda down a little bit. He told me that otherwise it's not correct. So I'm trying to remember that thing. When you're writing a word, this stick has to come down, because I used to write it like this. And he told me that's not correct. This danda has to come down. I was told that when you're writing a B, that comes down like this, like that. That's a B. That's a B. But for a V, that's a Vav in Urdu, and that's a B. For a Vav, the danda has to come down. वो जलवा चुराने. Cho. We don't need a ch, we need a chu. We need a chu. So here's our ch. And we put a pesh on top of it to make it a chu. Chu. Ra. That's the re and the alif. And then a ne. Churane. That's a noon and a badi. That's a ne. The badi gives us choti a ki matra. That's a ki matra, and that's a u ki matra. We have three matras in here. U ki matra, a ki matra, and a ki matra. Choti a ki matra right there. Let's put them together. Chu, ra, ne. वो जलवा चुराने. वो जलवा चुराने. Now as you can see, when I was writing ne, it sort of, I had to slow down. It looks weird because most people, and even in print, you will not see a loop. Strictly speaking, there should be a loop for this dot to sit in, because that's your noon, and that's the badiya. But most people simply write it like this, without the loop. That looks very awkward. Even though it's correct, strictly speaking, but it looks very awkward because that's not how we write. If you put a dot on top of the chut, this is the badiya, and if you put a dot in, if you put a dot in front of it immediately, on top of it, immediately people will understand that it is no longer just badiya. It represents the union of noon, the na, and the badiya. वो जलवा चुराने ko is just kaf and a vav. Ko, and o ki matra. वो जलवा चुराने को. G is very easy. G and choti hai. Choti hai is going to give us badi ki matra. वो जलवा चुराने को जी चाहता है. Cha. And then a her. This he is right here, the third one. The third he. Now the badi hai. We have a badi hai, and these two are called choti hai, and this one is called do chashmi hai. We need this third one. Cha, her. And then a ta. वो जलवा चुराने को जी चाहता है. Hey is simply her. Again, the same her with the badi hai. That badi hai gives us a ki matra. Except hey, the correct spelling of hey calls for badi a ki matra. Let's slow down. This is called badi ye in Urdu. Badi ye. Badi ye by itself gives a choti a ki matra. Badi ye by itself simply gives a choti a ki matra. But we need a badi a ki matra. In order to get a badi a ki matra in Urdu, you put a symbol on top of the ha, which is called zabar, and now it's a badi a ki matra. And therefore, it's a badi a ki matra. Let's put them together. Ha and a badi a. So here's your ha, there's a badi a. And this loop that you see there is going to sit at the bottom here with the zabar. वो जलवा चुराने को जी चाहता है. वो जलवा चुराने को जी चाहता है. We already know what jalwa means. We already learned it. Jalwa is something that you desire, that you wish, that you want, that you yearn, that you crave. And in this case, it is her lover, her crush. वो जलवा चुराने को जी चाहता है. Churana, of course, you know what it means. It means to steal. She said, I wish to steal a glance at him. I want to look at him. I want to steal a glance I want to look at him in such a way that nobody notices it. She doesn't want anybody to notice it, because she has not told anyone. Ras ki baat hai. She has not told anyone that she has a crush on him. Hence, what she says is that I wish to steal a glance at him. I want to look at him surreptitiously, without anybody noticing it. Hence, churana, steal. वो जलवा जो ओझल भी है, सामने भी है, वो जलवा चुराने को जी चाहता है. वो जलवा जो ओझल भी है, वो जलवा जो ओझल है सामने भी, वो ओझल चुराने को जी चाहता है. I wish to steal a glance. I wish to steal a glance at him. look at him in such a way that nobody notices it. We'll meet tomorrow, okay? Bye now.